looks like they're just gonna get going right into the next game. So good luck to both runners. I'm curious if they're. I honestly think they're gonna attempt to play the races a similar way, unless they see the other person die or something. That can be a competitive advantage if you can handle the stress and the potential of a distraction of like watching the restream to see where your opponent's at. If you can handle that, I think it's a competitive advantage to know where your opponent's at. Because, for example, they take a 40-second death in autumn. Now you don't have to play so risky. You know, just play safer and get through the run, and you have a 40-second lead. Like, you could throw away like 10, 20 seconds to skipping out on some really risky and difficult strategies or optimizations. So sometimes that can change the way they play, but otherwise, I'm assuming we'll see them, just sending it again, just going for but nearly everything that you could go for in this run, and seeing what happens. Yeah, and with this, after this match today, we're getting pretty far through the tournament. I know that me and Bilal are lined up in winners finals already, ready to go. And I think there's a couple. I know Assassin Narga versus Canungus is a match that hopefully will be scheduled soon, and the winner of that, I think, fights Storm. I forget the exact bracket, but there's basically like a few matches that'll all play out to lead to losers finals, and then you play those and you're at grand finals. So it's been a really long and cool tournament, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how the ending kind of plays out. I think the best part of this tournament has just been especially like the initial, like the rookie tournament and the couple months, especially the first couple months, where like so everybody's out playing the game again, and new people are playing the game and all this. Like, it's awesome. It's always been a good community, and it was really cool seeing so many people play the game again, or for the first time. But with that, they're going through now. You see, they're warmed up. They're turtle boosting like champions. Oh, Halfling with the really low cloud step jump right before touching the spikes. The bravery. He's probably like a frame or two off from just landing at those spikes. You gotta love it. You'll see these runners doing some neat little things too. Sometimes when they're like climbing up a wall and they're about to get over the top of the wall and start moving again, they'll actually slash to extend the ninja's feet out so he's not just like spinning, to land quicker. And the reason you would want to land quicker in that situation is typically when you're jumping up and around a wall, you're going to have not your max speed. But if you slash and you land on the ground, you actually get your full speed back, like your full running speed. So you'll see like little things like that, just to get just the slightest more speed to get to the next screen just a little bit faster. Now, neither of them were able to go for it next time, or last run, I mean. But we'll see this time if they get a good enough room that they could have the option to go for the belly boost. Alpha cycle's good enough. He could go for it. He immediately opts for it. Beautiful recognition of the visual cue. This is going to be kind of tight, but he gets it there. So you can see that like they were fairly synced, and then Alpha pulled ahead a little bit there because he did go for that crazy belly boost strat. Both getting over the spike tower, no problems. Here comes the Firefly room. I believe Alpha goes for the double boost on this Firefly. Oh, he does mess it up, though. Oh, man. Halfling, he had the same mistake happen to him last run on that last Firefly. He went for the back boost, but the direction management was slightly off, so he didn't get like a forward drift for a proper boost. And it's like, I'm talking about this like it's a big deal. I lost like 0.2. But it's just one of those things that's like so uncharacteristic of Halfling. So I imagine there might be some nerves here, or you know, just normal, like it's a race and stuff goes wrong. But honestly, it's all been pretty dang minor stuff. They're still having incredible autumns. Alpha went for the grub jump, didn't quite get it. Took the old damage boost. Halfling did get the grub jump. Saves a slight amount of time in that room. Getting over those grubs damageless is always nice. Alpha going for... They're gonna both going for the regular climb. Beautiful climbs. Really consistent rhythm. See if anything goes wrong in the shop. Oh, the German shop strikes again. Has to take a rebuy. Actually, it's so brutal because you work your butt off for these frames, and then you make a mistake like that, and you just lost like 15 optimizations that you did earlier in the level. Like you lose a couple seconds. It's rough. You know, it's a tough run. Nice kill. Faces away. Yeah, that's right. I forgot that last run Halfling actually had to jump up to the top. So yeah, considering the RNG you got and what happened with a couple of those things, Halfling's run was actually like really good last round as well. You never expect to miss the Leaf Monster one cycle, but it just happens sometimes. I don't know what it is, if like, because you just everyone pretty much just mashes slash there, and I think just sometimes you just get like ridiculously unlucky, or like maybe you don't realize it, but your hand like semi freezes up at the worst possible time, and you just miss an input, and you don't keep those consistent slashes coming, and then he just gets away. I don't know, but they're gonna be going on into the to the monster gauntlet here. Guessing they're both gonna opt for the same strat. Oh my! How did that shuriken miss the skeleton? That was crazy. On Alpha's end, it must have been like literally 1 pixel above that skeleton's head. The skeletons are infamously short, but yeah. Still a very close race here. Halfling only a few seconds behind. Oh, that bonk was so weird from Alpha's end. Actually a fairly costly mistake too. Just like that, Halfling's like only like a second and a half behind or something. Crazy. Ah, man. I honestly, I hope they either both miss Badonk or both get Badonk to keep it close, because this is a really, really nice race so far. Oh no. Actually, both of them having some trouble with that little platform. Alpha's mistake was slightly more costly, but Halfling kind of had some trouble as well at around the same spot. Oh no, the missed Badonk from Alpha. Halfling, with his fast rune reset strat, was able to set that up and actually time the Badonk out. Gets it, skips the cutscene. Alpha, beautiful handling of the Wizrobe, though. Also, really nice fastfall there from Halfling, preserving his falling speed through that droppable ledge. Alpha doesn't quite get it. Oh, Alpha going for the skeleton, trying to jump to keep the skeleton from running away, so he could try to slash that skeleton to get a chance at one more shard. Kind of a silly little strat when you don't have shurikens. Didn't quite catch the skeleton, but always funny to see. Halfling getting the balls of steel. He's even splicing in some good Ruxin RNG. Oh no. Alpha I think Alpha could have got that cycle, but it would have been really tight. So he actually bailed out, and now just like that, missing Badonk and missing the cycle in the Balls of Steel room, like just like that, Halfling's like way ahead. Halfling does get low rucks. The splice didn't work out. Put in the wrong footage, and we're gonna be seeing, because if Ruxton goes high, this could mitigate quite a bit. Low again. And the thing is oh man, it's so rough too, because Alpha was trying to go for the like a really fast kill there, but he missed the first jump slash on Ruxton as well. So he lost even a little bit more time than you normally would. So just absolutely brutal. But they are now going into Bamboo, a Halfling with a huge lead at this point. But still pretty early into the race, only about a third of the way through the run. Interesting, Halfling didn't opt for that front boost there. Oh, he wanted the shards. I guess his shard count is pretty low. So that's some good recognition from Halfling. I've not seen that many people already be opting for some extra lanterns and stuff based off, because a lot of times you have like a specific shard count in mind for like maybe certain rooms, and I've never seen someone check for it at that spot and grab an extra lantern, but that's pretty cool because you only lose out on that one front turtle boost to grab that lantern, so you're basically sacrificing like 9-10 frames to get that lantern, which is a pretty small price to pay if you need the shards. Which actually he's super rich now. Getting through the tree room just fine. Oh man. Few little mishaps here on Alpha's end. It's gonna be rough to catch up unless you just start playing perfectly, or Halfling makes some mistakes. Halfling getting another beautiful B2. Sick BC11. That BC11 was so hot though. Halfling oh, what? Oh no! I honestly cannot believe Alpha missed the switch hit. Oh my goodness, this is brutal. That is the worst scenario for B2, is where you have the confidence that you're gonna slash that switch and get up there, and you're like 1 pixel short. It is so brutal to recover when you think you're gonna get that strat. That is absolutely brutal for Alpha there. Halfling gonna be taking a massive lead here, starting Grotto already, picking up that wingsuit. Oh, he does do a little jump for joy though. I'd be jumping for joy too if my opponent lost like 15 seconds of BC11 or however long that was. He's got to be feeling good if he's checking the restream. But at this point, the pressure's on Halfling though, because you know, you take a death or something, and then all of a sudden Alpha's right there. So he's still got to play really well. He's got to play consistent. But he has a definite massive lead here. That's, man, it's so brutal in speedrunning sometimes when you have that moment where you're like literally a pixel off from getting a really difficult trick, and then you get punished like with a massive like 15-second time loss or something to being just like the slightest bit off. It's tough. But it's the nature of the beast. Now we do have Halfling. Unfortunately, last round he didn't get the DK skip. This turn he is going for it. Cuts it a little close to the saw. If he got an accidental drift, he probably would have died there, but he navigated it well, so he does get the skip. A little mishap at the end of the room, but not that big of a deal. We'll assumably be seeing Alpha go for the same thing. And of course, Alpha is going for it, gets it. He's on a sick pace through that room. Like that saw wasn't even remotely close. Does miss the boost at the end. That would have been a near Hall of Fast room, I think, if he got that last turtle boost. But Halfling going for the God Eat, doesn't quite get it, but backs it up really well. So Alpha did get the God Eat last run. We'll see in a couple rooms if he's able to get it here. But meanwhile, we have Halfling just having a pretty sick grotto, to be honest. And he'll be moving on to Emerald Golem. Which it has, to be fair, Alpha does miss the God Eat, unfortunately. But to be fair, like, Halfling has had a couple mishaps, or at least one, on this boss in this tournament. So it might be one of those things that when you're in the position of like you're winning and you're in the lead and you're like, just don't screw up, you know, you might be thinking like, oh no, not this boss, you know, since it can cause some big problems if you do mess it up. Oh no! Oh my goodness! Oh, he kind of recovered it. He did the damage recovery on the top of the fists to get up there. So he should still be able to get a 2-cycle. Oh my goodness, that is exactly what I was talking about. But he does get a 2-cycle. It's fine. He's not dead. He has 2 HP going into the last phase. He did lose quite a bit of time, but he has a ridiculous lead, so it's okay. He's chilling. He's chilling. He's chilling. Crisis averted. We do have Alpha going through the boss. Oh, he misses a /2. He gets smacked, but that's okay. He's still going to have 2 HP. He's still going to have that extra shuriken to get a potentially nice second phase. So Alpha having a mishap on the fight as well. It wasn't quite as rough, but Halfling has such a huge lead that, like, he's fine. Nice. That's a good... Alpha got about as good of a kill as he could have got, probably. With the RNG he got. The head went up high, and typically we'd rather it go low just so you can get a better approach to the cutscene, but yeah. Going into Quillshroom. Now there was actually a little bit of terrifying situations in rough time losses for both runners in Quillshroom last run. So hopefully they're able to get over that and just get some good, nice and clean Quillshrooms here. But we'll see kind of how it goes. Oh, Halfling taking a bonk of the turtle. That's not that bad. At least he got bonked to the right instead of getting bonked backwards to the left. So that's not that bad. It looks like Halfling's just not going for any more boosts. I think he's just going to go for the normal cycle. He's going to go, you know what? I got enough boosts that I should break even. I could get the normal hold right cycle, which he does get. So he's able to navigate around that spike ball with ease. That's probably honestly a good call because it's weird. If you go just a little bit faster than the normal right room cycle, that spike ball ends up being in a really horrible spot, and it just makes the movement really awkward and risky. And a lot of times you just end up losing more time than people that just hold right through the room. So really good at acknowledgement of his pacing through the room to know like what cycle would be best to go for there. Getting some of the simple rooms out of the way here, but not this next room. Oh, Halfling does miss the wingsuit hit there, so he isn't able to go for the new strat. He does get the backup though, so you'll still have the shuriken to hit the switch at the end, which is really nice. It means he could jump straight up instead of having to go over to the switch and then jump up. It about breaks even with the normal strategy, where you throw 2 shurikens at the blue guy at the start of that room. Alpha does get it, so Alpha, he made up a little bit of time between the right room and this. Like, it's definitely a little bit. Halfling, of course, mainly because of that BC11 and Badonk. Those were the 2 big differences here. He's still quite a bit behind, but I think he has had a slightly better Quillshroom than Halfling. Both pretty dang solid, though. But we do have Halfling going into the Queen fight. Now, both runners kind of messed up what they were going for last run, but it didn't really punish them that hard. They reacted well to the mistakes and made the fight work. So we do have a left start here from Halfling. Oh, Halfling does get the left-right pattern. He should get this kill just fine. What? How is that not enough damage? I was honestly pretty shocked that she jumped to the lower right hook instead of the upper right hook, which means that the damage was a little lower on the opening than what I'm used to seeing. But you're still fine there, so that was actually pretty shocking. Like, I probably would have saved that shuriken in that position too. Meanwhile, Alpha actually getting a really fast fight. So he definitely made up some more time. Halfling still has quite a nice lead, but now it's like, you're not at like a mega comfortable lead. Considering you still got Krags, you still got Kolos de Sousa's a huge RNG boss. Glacial and Tower, like, there's still a lot left that can go very, very wrong. And if any of it does go wrong, Alpha's going to be literally right there. Nice, really good cycle there on the spike ring from Halfling. Nice, Alpha getting the cycle as well. Halfling just sending it. You'll see that happen sometimes where they go for a rope dart, but it doesn't quite reach, and that's just because they're trying to maximize, get the max range on the rope dart to save more time, since the rope dart's so fast. Oh my goodness! Halfling going for the Narga Bird, misses it, gets hit by the spikes. Thankfully had the HP to survive that, but he actually lost quite a bit of time. If Alpha's able to get this Narga Bird, which he does, he just made up a few more seconds. It's funny because Alpha is actually the person, I believe, who convinced Halfling to switch to Narga Bird earlier in this tournament. So maybe a little bit of sabotage there. Alright, we got Halfling going for the teleport. Gets it. Alpha not far behind. Oh my goodness, that's so scary. Oh, but he does miss the teleport. Halfling getting some nice rooms there to end Krags, though. We're looking at probably a 10-12 second difference. Halfling getting Kolos first again. But this time starting off with the People's Elbow. Pretty slow attack, but you can very easily kill Kolos off here. We'll see what Alpha gets. Alpha also with a Kolos start. Gets charged. Oh, this could be brutal. Okay, People's Elbow Boulder's fine. It's a pretty easy pattern, all things considered. Oh no, charge Boulder for Alpha? He's gonna get a tag back into Kolos, but can he kill Kolos before he does an attack? That's the question. Oh, okay, he gets it. Yeah, that is well done, honestly, to both runners on those fights. I think they did about the best they could. Like, okay, in theory, for Kolos first, you can get Charge Boulder and just one cycle both of them and get a ridiculous time, but no one's ever gotten that in a run. It's in theory possible. But get your shovel pleases in chat as they start moving through Glacial. Dang, just zooming. You see that happen to Alpha as well, where he was going for a max range rope dart, but just slightly missed. Just probably a frame or two early. I love seeing that right side climb there from Halfling. It's really cool. It actually about breaks even with the left side, so it's preference. But it's just a lot of people are used to the left side, so it's kind of neat to see the other variant. Halfling opting for a damage boost through that, getting some really nice rope darts on the stalactites. Alpha unfortunately missing a jump slash, a little mishap. It's not that bad. Halfling though, that was such a weird mistake. how did that even happen? He like bombed and then grabbed the wall. Like it was so seamless. That was such a bizarre mistake. He must have got like hit, recovered, and then just immediately grabbed the wall and just, yeah, I don't know. Really, really weird situation there, but only looked like it lost him like a second. It wasn't that big of a deal. Alpha had lost a second in that other room with the jump slash. Oh, lost another second there. Does get the one tile though. Halfling with a beautiful room there to end off Glacial. Alpha, of course, getting teleport as well. Oh my gosh, that rope dart climb. Always so sick to see. And yeah. Alpha even getting, I think Halfling, both of them did, just doing some spinny boys on those rope darts on the lantern just to save a frame. Because for some reason, if you rope dart like an enemy or an object, after a certain amount of time, or if you press rope dart again, you just freeze in place for literally one frame. Like that you just suspend in the air for one frame. But if you hold the jump button while you're in that animation, you'll spin and it just makes that not happen. Or if you jump, which mitigates it in some spots, but it's kind of all situation dependent. But, you know, it literally is one frame. It's not like that big of a deal, but it's nice seeing the you know, people care about these small things. Halfling, though, going in... Oh, that's such a... Don't go for it, Halfling! Oh my gosh. I can't believe he just went for Hail Mary like that. Oh my god! Weaving around the Wizrobe. Oh, that's so scary. And just like that, Alpha did have some struggle in the second room of Tower, but he did get Hail Mary. He just made up more time. Like, Halfling had a monumental lead coming out of Bamboo. So the fact that Alpha's kind of like on his... I mean, they're in the same room. Halfling, no! He went for the stanky leg. I respect going for the stanky leg there. He tried to drop down with the slash, in a wingsuit slash, in such a way that it would hit the Wizrobe, but wouldn't give him the bounce up so he could make the cycle without losing like a second, half, 2 seconds or whatever. So he was trying to make the best of really difficult RNG. There he did get the stanky leg. That was cool, but dang. Oh, that is brutal. I'm curious if Alpha's watching the stream because he has quite the lead now. It definitely turned the tables. Man. I definitely respect Halfling going for that. Especially since he knew he missed Hail Mary and he knew Alpha was starting. He was like right on his tail. Only like 10 seconds behind. So you start just like bleeding 2 seconds here, bleeding 2 seconds there, and then Alpha's gonna be right there. You hate to see it though. Because it's one of those things where that's just RNG to a degree. It's like the RNG tests you. Because you can... Like, he was going for the fast version of that to deal with that quickly and not die. But it just made the room harder, the fact that he did get that RNG. Alpha got to be feeling good, though, getting past the Dos Ojos. Yet again. So maybe he broke the curse that he had against Belial. It's a good black dart there, though, from Halfling. We'll see if Alpha gets the Crystal Abuse. He is really greedy. Okay, he got it. Like, Alpha's probably one of the greediest at that Crystal Abuse. He really cuts that super tight, which is pretty terrifying, because it's so bad if you miss this Crystal Abuse. Halfling getting as well. So getting a pretty dang fast one. Oh, yeah, look at that. Alpha not going for laser skip. He's definitely watching the stream. This is like playing to win, and you gotta respect it. It's like he knows that he has enough of a lead that he doesn't need laser skip to win. So the only thing now that could change the outcome of this is if Alpha falls down on the Arcane Golem. If he falls to the very bottom and can't recover, that would be about it, but I don't think we're going to see that happen. Alpha, of course, having the fastest Arcane Golem gold in the community. And there it is. GG's to SortOfAlpha with a 2946. Well done. Man, I feel so bad for Halfling. Still gets a 30-01 even with a pretty dang costly death. Both runners, of course, having low rucks that run as well. And that was with whips. Man, Halfling played such a good race. It's sad to see.